Hey guys, welcome again, coming here from Hamilton Island. Today I want to talk about the topic of tranquility, and I found a pretty appropriate setting for that. I think I was here with a girl and she was saying to me she'd met a guy. She said, that guy's really unattractive. I said, why was that? She said, it's because he's so selfish. And I went, well, selfish, that's interesting. I really wouldn't class that guy as selfish. I would more, refer to him as chaotic. She said to me, chaos is selfishness. And it sort of got me thinking, and I started thinking more about it, and I thought, well, a lot of you guys feel you're in a place where you're not really getting enough. You might feel some sort of inadequacies, or you might feel there isn't sort of enough to go around, not enough love to go around, not enough good feelings to go around, not enough sex to go around, not enough feelings of relationship to go around. Basically, there's a feeling of lack within your life. And this was certainly how this guy was feeling. And because of his lack, he was very sort of jittery, very sort of demanding, very chaotic, and there was an internal sense of chaos. And he obviously wasn't doing the things necessary that he needed to do in order to deal with that. And when you don't, that translates into selfishness for women. And it's weird because you see someone suffering like that, which I naturally do. I see a man suffering and I go, oh, well, I naturally want to reach out and help that guy because I know he's not in a state of peace and he doesn't have a sense of tranquility in his life. And women, on the other hand, are feeling all that chaos. They're feeling all that energy because that energy is what you're offering. So guys, if you don't have an internal state of tranquility, then you're automatically going to be seen as selfish. So how do we get that? How do we get that sense of tranquility? Well, the first thing to do is to actually focus on what you do have in life. Really simple, might have read this in the self-help books, but it is true. Guys, you might not have a relationship now, but if you're at a place like this and you can't relax, there's really something majorly going wrong in your life. So there's so many things always to be grateful about. You might go, look, I don't have a relationship, but I do have this great book that I'm reading. I don't have someone to have sex with every night, but I do have some great friends around me. I don't have someone to love me and adore me and reaffirm me, but I do perhaps have a pet or something that I love, that does do that, in a smaller way for me. I know these things sound tacky, they sound weird. You go, yeah, well, that's nowhere near as good as having a girlfriend or having a wife or whatever it is you're looking for. But the truth of it is, in order to get those things, you've got to start where you are and actually be deeply grateful for the things that you truly have right now. I know I did this over 10 years ago. I really had nothing in my life. I was out there approaching, nothing was working, nobody had time for me, nobody wanted me, I didn't know how to dress. I was at least 20 kilos lighter than I am now, which, as you can see, I'm not exactly the biggest guy in the world. I'm fairly slim. So there were lots of things that I didn't have and I didn't know and I couldn't offer people. But the way I got out of it was, I remember reading some material that really changed my life, which is I started cooking myself gourmet dinners at home. I started taking care of myself in a way that I'd never had before. Before I was just eating packet pasta like a student does, but I really took the time to make great meals for myself. I took the time to meditate. I took the time to do classes like Tai Chi and yoga, which calm the mind, bring you into a sense of tranquility. I meditated every day for an hour. I did that for 2 years, and that magically transformed my life. There's a set of CDs that I would recommend, and they are HoloSync. HoloSync is just a really easy way to meditate. I'd recommend you get those. And the other stuff I did was I did a lot of breathing exercises as well. So there's different types of breathing exercises that you can do. Perhaps I'll make a video on those one time, but they really calm you down. And I lived in a family with very, very high stress, and they were always chaotic and there was no sense of tranquility whatsoever. And I noticed that I was really bringing a lot of that energy and a lot of that feeling into people. And doing something like Tai Chi, you actually learn about the Chi, which is about from this area to this area here. And being quite a large person myself, I had a big Chi energy. And that Chi energy was actually influencing people intensely in a very negative way. And I didn't know that. So sometimes what you see as a plus can sometimes be a negative. So because I had such a strong energy, if I'm in a negative state, I really make the whole room feel that negative energy. So likewise, when I'm in a positive state, I make the whole room feel that positive energy. So being aware of some of those aspects like yoga, Tai Chi. Yoga was brilliant in that it gives you flexibility of mind. So taking that time to really stretch your body, stretch your mind, open your paradigms a lot more is really, really valuable. I came from more of a military background. I was an air cadet. I was thinking of going to the Air Force. My family had a military history going back 2 generations. So there was a lot of discipline in the family. There was a lot of hardness. There was a lot of intensity. And it was often negative, much like the military is. There were lots of great things that came out of the military for me, but I really had to do Tai Chi because I was always like this, standing at attention. I really needed to learn how to flow and do some of those movements. So having that flexibility, having that tranquility, being aware of that energy that you're sending out will really make you a lot more attractive to women. It's what women want to be around. They want to be around often environments just like this, where there's a peacefulness, there's a calmness. And once you start emanating that, people just naturally want to be around you. They're like, oh, I always feel accepted when I'm around him. I always feel good when I'm around him. Nothing's ever a problem. And everything's peaceful. Just like the water that you're seeing here right now, it's just peaceful. And it really makes women feel accepted, and it makes women feel good, and it makes them, want to sleep with you. It makes them want to be with you. So in short, guys, if you're feeling a lot of chaos in your life, do some of those things. Take some of that advice just to calm down, slow your mind down, and you'll see the results with women skyrocket. I absolutely promise that. When I started doing it 10 years ago, it made a major transformation for me. I know it will for you too. So take care, guys, and we'll see you next time.